all the time.
Good evening. It is 7:01. Welcome to the Bedminster Township Committee. This is our regularly scheduled August 4th, 2025 Township Committee meeting. Recognize that we have a quorum of Township Committee members here. To my right, Committeeman Hickey. To my left, Committeewoman Fernandez and the rest of you. Committeeman Stevenson has an excused absence. Ms. Ray, may we please have the Open Public Meetings Act state?
Yes, Mayor. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was sent to the Courier News Somerville, Burnsville News Whippany, and to all subscribers, and posted at the Township Municipal Building on January 7th, 2025.
Thank you. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So normally we would proceed with public comments. Before we do, we have a police swearing in ceremony that we'd like to get going, and so we can release those who showed up for the swearing in, release them for the rest of the night. So as anyone who's been following Township Committee as well as the school board authorized hiring a special officer as a school, what's the right title that you guys want? School safety officer. So school safety officer technically resides within the Bedminster Police Department. So Bedminster Township, the committee itself had to, we had to change an ordinance. We had to adopt a resolution. I know that police chief and lieutenant went through some interviews, and I'm very happy with the special police officer that we've hired. So there's a few notes about Joseph Farry III. So Officer Farry joins us from Union County, where he is married and has 2 children. He came through the Somerset County Police Academy and has a bachelor's from Fairleigh Dickinson. And 5 years in the Morris County Parks Police, so that includes 5 years in the Mounted Patrol. You will fit right in Bedminster. Perfect. And then 20 years in the Mendon Borough Police Department with 8 years as their school resource officer. Officer Farry has an EMT, right? Is EMT certification, DARE conference committee member, a DARE instructor, lead instructor, a mounted instructor, Renee, excellent, a resiliency officer instructor, and he's awarded several multiple lifesaver recognition awards, Gold Star, 20 years of service with Rescue Squad, New Jersey Veteran Network Volunteer of the Year, DARE Officer of the Year, Morris County, DARE Executive Officer of the Year. So Chief and Lieutenant, sounds like you got the right guy.
Yeah.
Excellent. Man of
Very few.
Chief, always effusive and
Thanks. One thing that stood out during the interview, one thing that Officer Farry mentioned, he asked, can I still continue training? So he's not looking at this as a retired guy who just wants a job. That stood out to me, that he still wants to grow and develop. So I think this is a home run choice. It's going to be a great fit for the school and the community. He obviously knows how to talk to people if you ever spend 2 seconds talking to them. So,
we just did, and we ran into 2 or 3 connections that we already have. So
yeah, so he has an impeccable record, good character. I think he's going to be a perfect fit for our community. So welcome. Thank you.
Great.
Is that good?
That's good. Thank you, Chief. So Robin, let's do the swearing in. And if you don't mind, I'd like to invite members from the school board and from Bedminster Township School up here as well.
Absolutely. So that's, yeah.
On up.
Okay, so
That goes on the Bible.
where would you like also?
How about your right hand on the Bible if you want to hold that for us?
Don't.
Don't block.
No.
Ignore.
Okay, so repeat after me. I, say,
I, Joseph Barry,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of New
and the
Jersey,
state of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
partially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of Special Police Officer
of the office of Special Police Officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will not use
and that I will not use
my office
my office
to grant preferential treatment,
to grant preferential treatment
nor to seek personal gain,
or to seek personal gain,
favor, or advantage
favor, or advantage
not available
not available
to the general public,
to the general public.
so help me.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Everybody come up.
Nobody likes that.
I'm gonna go this way. Gina, give me
Guys, you
one
gonna
sec.
come up?
Yeah, come on.
You guys come up.
Mind if I move this up?
Let's go this way.
Wait, should it, yeah.
How do we see?
Those are really good.
Those are saying.
Phone, sorry.
Jesus.
Guys, come on.
It's like two, like.
Thank you.
It's not balanced.
Don't wait
No,
till
it
the
doesn't look great.
You sure?
They don't listen to you anyway, so.
Come on, Corby, you got a bigger smile than that.
Great. All right.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Great.
Thank
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Tomorrow.
Wanna-
My guys probably won't see me that much.
He used to ride the school case.
Yep.
And the thing is like.
So 19.
I
Hey, the kid was.
Well, this is the rest of the meeting.
That's me.
No.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
You leaving that crap on Zoom?
Huh?
You going on Zoom now? Sit out, hallway.
That's cool. Okay.
Man. Oh, do we need to put the podium back?
Old
So it's certainly,
podium back. I got it, Renee.
it's always exciting to do a swearing in and, you know, as I mentioned earlier, just in very brief conversation with Officer Farry,
Thank
recognize that we have a very, let's see. Well, we have a few mutual connections. That was really, really great to hear. Seems like a great fit. And I know the school's excited and I think we're excited to see special resource safety officer there. And I think it just gives, I think the parents a good deal of comfort. So well done. Before we proceed with the rest of the meeting, I do want to recognize that this must be birthday week. So we have Committeeman Hickey and Robin just had a birthday as well. So
Yes.
We'll post lots of stuff on Facebook for you.
we'll wait later on during Township Committee comments to sing happy birthday to both of them. This is the time of the meeting that we open up the microphone and no one is on other than committeeman. It's here enough, Council Bellardo, but the microphone is open and available for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a comment, ask a question, now's your opportunity to do so. Coming up, once again, you're not guaranteed of an answer, not guaranteed of an answer that you're going to like, and you're not guaranteed of a dialogue. Name and
Should I go now?
street. Yes.
My name is Steve Rasavi and I live at 129 Autumn Ridge Road in Bedminster.
Okay, Mr. Rasavi.
So what I want to do is follow up on some of the conversations we had regarding that Farmland Assessment Act.
Mm.
And I think the last meeting we talked about the possibility of having an application fee for folks that want to claim that. So in the meantime, I also got in touch with this woman, Liz Thompson, who works for the New Jersey Farm Bureau. She was also the person that was on that New Jersey Spotlight piece that Jack Curtis was on as well, kind of like a posing type situation. So I just asked her about it. And the application fee might be a reach, she said. But she said what's definitely in the bylaws of the assessment or the Farmland Assessment Act is the ability to charge for an inspection fee. And according to the bylaws, an inspection has to be done on every claimed farm once every 3 years. So just as a matter of, making sure that we keep folks honest that say they're real farmers, and maybe they are, maybe they're not. It's definitely within the rules of the Farmland Assessment Act to charge whatever we think is appropriate, you guys think is appropriate, I guess, to have inspections done to make sure these are real farms and not fake farms.
Okay.
All right. And tell you, while I'm here, just one other thing. I don't know how I got stuck on real estate or real estate taxes, but I actually just got this on Friday, and it's a great document. It's really good. I mean, it has a lot of stuff in here that I would never have thought to even look for. But there is one item that I think maybe next time around or as a supplement we could add. It's this. I'm going to be actually talking to, well, I have been talking to the Somerset County Clerk's office, and he suggested, he goes, you might want to go to the legislature for this. But what is this? One of the biggest rising fraud and scams is deed fraud. And especially like with, it's just with AI and and also here's a good story I just heard is this. Remember in past years, you might see or get an email from a scammer and the email is just horrific. It's like the grammar's off. And you think to yourself, if you're going to be a good scammer, wouldn't you at least, spell check your stuff? And the thing of it is this, they did that on purpose. All right. So let's just say there are these guys sitting in the back at Joe's Bar and Grill. There's about 5 of them. All right. And if they sent out a document that's perfect, let's say 10 million people responded. They haven't got the manpower to deal with that. So what they did is like a 3-step process to see, all right, we want to get the people that we know are going to be good bait. Anyway, you probably haven't seen a lot of those lately because what's happened is this. It's become a transcontinental, cyber crime syndicate. And these people they're well funded, they're well educated on how to do this. And now they have the advantage of AI and stuff like that. So what's happening is, as much as in Somerset County, we have a notification system, they make the point, it's not an alert system. And by statute, Somerset County has to, actually, if somebody steals your property, they have to record it if they think they have the right documents within 3 days. So what's happened is not only are we making it difficult for seniors, especially because if you're a senior and let's just say you've paid off your mortgage, now you don't have at least the lending company wanting to check to make sure and get notifications and stuff like that. So it's just people. So one of the things I was thinking of is this, again, if we could just put a notice out to folks and just say, you know what, it's probably a good idea at least to sign up for this notification system so you can at least, get notified. And then what happens is you have to get the prosecutor's office and local law enforcement involved. And then you have to hire an attorney that's expert on residential property theft. So that's if you have the money to afford that. So it's really, it's a bad situation. So my only point would be is, next, half a year, however often these guys come out, which is a great document, just add another blurb, probably the URL, because it's really simple to sign up. It's ridiculous, but again, it's not a cure-all, because all you're going to be doing is getting a notification that somebody stole your property. Now it's up to you to try and win it back. But anyway, that's what I have for tonight. Hopefully, the idea for basically having an inspection fee put on folks that want to claim that they're farmers is a good idea, and we can basically, if there are a couple people that, well, maybe now I'm not a farmer anymore if it's going to cost me $1,000 to have an inspection done, and then it won't work out anyways. Alrighty, that's what I have.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
let me address your first issue. So you may have missed this. I think when we've reported back on the whether or not there could be a higher application fee, we did reach out to both Attorney Bellardo, as we also reached out to Kevin McDonald, who is our tax attorney. He addresses taxes, including tax appeals and other tax matters for the township. And I read actually into the record his email, and which said, no, the application fee is fixed by statute. I forget what it is.
Not more than $25.
Not more than
Every 3
$25. And that's it. So unless the legislation changes, that's the application fee. I am not familiar with the inspection fee. I'm not aware if there's latitude. Typically, inspections have to mirror the effort that goes into the activity. We'll ask Mr. Bellardo to look into that, and maybe Robin just reach out to
Yeah.
actually, who's doing our inspections?
I went through this
Oh,
process.
you did?
And there was some time there where we weren't collecting the fees, so we started that up about 2 years. Well, last year was our first time collecting it, and it's once every 3 years, and it covers the cost of the inspection. The application fee has to cover the cost of the inspection. And so that's what we
So,
charge.
and on your second issue, the deed fraud issue, this is actually something that, as I think most are aware that I've been having meetings with the other Somerset Hills mayors, and we call the Somerset Hills Public Safety Meeting, Bridgewater, Bedminster, Peapack, Gladstone, Forest Hills, Bernardsville, Bernards Township. You get all of them, all 6 of them, all B towns and PG and Forest Hills. And we've actually discussed the deed fraud issue and whether the towns can work together to get the notification out. Chief Bernardo sits in on these calls as well. And we did a little, and actually at my request, Robin did a little digging into what the county was offering. And it's a notification system, or actually they're recommending folks retain one of the notification services. These are private services that will notify you if there's been a recording against your deed, against your title. It is not, doesn't prevent anything from being recorded,
Right.
but it's a notification. So we're a little leery of going out there and endorsing one private institution or another, but it's certainly something that we've discussed up here and we're going to continue to discuss with the other members of the Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee. Cool.
You know what, just,
And on the trifolds insert, we're always, Robin and staff do a great job of putting that together.
yeah,
We're a little,
I was like,
we're constrained by the page. So it's always an issue of what gets in this year. There's some standards that always get in, but every year there's an insert and it's adjusted. So maybe that's something we can get in next year, but certainly we're aware of what the county has pushed out and if there's something more aggressive that we can do. And certainly I know that when we've had meetings with Bedminster Police and we've gone to different areas of the hills on community participation, meet a police officer. This is one of the things that we talk about.
gotcha. You know, I was just gonna say, this is like, everybody said, well, it's a brand new world like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. It's not slowing down. It's
Oh, no.
getting worse and worse and worse. And yeah, basically, so what I've found when I did, so I do a presentation for art called The Fraud Landscape. And this woman pinned me to a wall during one of the presentations because I had no idea what you could do and they just covered it over so lightly during the presentation. So I went back and did my own investigating on it. And the folks were saying, well, yeah, you could hire those third parties. And they said, but the same thing what you were saying, they're not going to stop it. They're just going to
Not
let you
gonna
know.
stop
And
it.
by the way, they said, it's not cost effective at all. It's very expensive. So when I was going back and forth last week with the county, the Somerset County Clerk, I think it's Steve Peter. He basically said, he goes, what you need to do is, get to your legislators and have them, because he went through the whole alerting system. And he said, it's not an alert. And he said he goes, it's just a notification system. And that's a big difference because people hear alert and think, oh, I'm going to be saved. They're not going to be saved at all.
No. You don't get
Exactly.
notice until it's actually after
Too late,
it's been
right?
recorded.
So basically the legislation that you know what I think of it as? Like when you want to get into your Visa account, you have to have double authentication, right? And just to get into your own stuff, they should be able to implement something that's very similar to double authentication. And also, the county has to record things within 72 hours. That's their statute. So it's not like there's a lot of time for, let's just say you're older and it's like, oh, I didn't look at my email for 2 days. And now I have to look at this and then kind of discern and too late by then, like way too late. So yeah, so I don't think the third parties, I think the right thing to do is just get the state to basically mandate and say, guess what? We gotta protect, again, just like anything else, times are changing and we need to change with the times, and nobody likes to have 10,000 laws, but you know what? It might make sense, So anyway, I appreciate you guys looking into everything. I very much so. I was hoping that you were going to tell me, oh yeah, we have an inspection fee that's $1,000 and it's not a problem at all. And but I take it that's not the case. It's not
I
really.
can send you the state statute, the
I-
link to the statute.
I actually have it. If you want to take my notes,
Yeah.
I have the statute reference and you can see exactly what our tax attorney said. So
Thank you, I appreciate
I'll figure I'll save you a
So
step.
good.
A plus.
Once in a while. Pay attention.
it. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Rasavi.
Thank you.
And Robin, there's no one
No one online.
else on Zoom. We'll proceed with the rest of the meeting. We have 2 sets of meeting minutes to review and approve. July 21st, our regular session, and July 21st, our executive session. Any comments regarding either of those minutes?
I'm abstaining there.
Yes. I'm sorry, Jeannie, you're abstaining.
Yes.
Take motion to approve the meeting minutes.
So moved?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 permits and raffles. First is a social fair permit to benefit Summit Medical Group Foundation on September 29, 2025, from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. A social fair permit to benefit the Center for Contemporary Art on October 10, 2025, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Center for Contemporary Art. A social fair permit to benefit Raritan Headwaters Association on September 27 from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Fairview Farm Wildlife Preserve. An on-premise merchandise raffle to benefit Friends of the Shelter on October 23, 2025, from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. And an on-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit Friends of the Shelter on October 23 from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. Any questions or comments regarding those permits and raffles? Seeing none, take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Monthly report discussion by subcommittee chair, Committee Woman Fernandez. How is rec going? How's Camp
Thank you.
Bedminster?
We had a rec committee meeting on July 15th. So a couple of things. First of all, Fall Fest is Saturday, October 11th, and packets have gone out and a lot of applicants have sent their paperwork in, a lot of sponsors, and so it's going to be a great event. It's October 11th from 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And Camp Bedminster is going great, and there are 8 new counselors in training hired for the 2025 season, and 15 applicants applied for Camp Bedminster. The camps were all full right away, and we have about 125, I think you said, for the first session. No, 128 for session A, 127 for session B, and 119 for session C. So that's Camp Bedminster. And also construction it was set to begin on the community garden, which I'll let Robin talk about later. And the dog park, I want to talk about the dog park. So the plans have been approved for the dog park. It is 1 acre in size at Burnt Mills Park. It's set to go out to bid. And it has a walking path around the entire thing. And it has a fence outside the walking path so that it will eliminate some of the digging under the fence because there's a path as opposed to dirt. And that's all. So it's going out to bid, and then hopefully we'll get started once the bids come in and can make a decision.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Committee Woman Mareski.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. As Gina mentioned, we had the groundbreaking for the community garden, and I'll let Robin and the mayor talk a little bit
Yeah.
more about that, but as many of us attended as we could, it was a great day. It was a little warm, but it was so exciting after so many years of this in process, and it was just exciting for it to begin. Then real quick for Jacobus Vanderveer House, new committee. About 15 of us met over at the house. Everybody was real excited. Derek Anderson and Craig Sutherland gave us the background of where the Friends have left it off, what's going on, state of the house, state of the utilities and things. Some of the programs, where they are with that. And then, excuse me, some of the members who had previously been on this board gave some thoughts and ideas as to where we were going and what we could do and some new ideas. And all in all, it sounded like everybody who was there was excited to be there. There were some ideas thrown around the table already, which is great. And we'll meet in August, maybe 1 or 2 times to get things rolling. And it looks like Colonial Christmas might be on and going good this year. So we'll be excited to see how that goes. I talked with Neil for a couple minutes at the farmer's market, and he already had some ideas. So it's great to have Neil involved in everything we do in town. He's a clever young man. He's very smart. He's very enthusiastic, and the wheels are already grinding away. So the next step will be to pick the leadership positions, and then we'll go from there. So all in all, great meeting.
Well, there was another clever young man who also was in attendance at that meeting. Jason,
Yes.
that was you. So thank you, Renee. Committeeman Hickey.
Thank you, Mayor. Good
And
evening,
your
all.
birthday is tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Thanks.
So tomorrow is your birthday.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Thank you for
Tuesday.
reminding me about that. Yes.
Just wondering.
So when I drop over at 1 o'clock this morning with a beer for you, it'll be your birthday?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I feel like a slacker compared to my colleagues. It's August 4th and you've already gotten all this done. None of my committees have met, so I have no report.
This was the end of July, to
Okay,
be fair
all
for
right,
you.
all right.
So you don't feel so bad. This is the end of
All
July.
right. No, I have nothing to report right now. My committees will be meeting later this month.
Okay, thank you. So Renee and Gina had just mentioned the community garden. We had some representatives from Environmental Commission there, from Rec, from Farmers Market Committee there as well. Robin, great job in putting that together, and Jason, obviously getting everything ready, getting the Vigo garden set up was great. And we had the Burnsville News there. We had Commissioner Grainer from Somerset County in attendance, so got the opportunity to thank Somerset County Commissioners for the $300,000 grant that enables us to proceed with that. And we'll be putting together an advisory committee for the community garden to set up certain rules, requirements, application fees, and the rules of how the community garden is going to operate. So we'll be pursuing that with a little further in this year. And certainly the idea is to have that community garden up and operating by spring 2026. So that's a lot of Vigo gardens to assemble. Having done a few of them myself, they look like they should take about 10 or 15 minutes. They take about 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, so DPW guys will be, when they have a free minute, which they never have.
Yeah.
Let's throw a party.
So it was great.
Down at
And
the
Robin will
park.
give us a little more details on that. I attended the JVH commission meeting as well, just to welcome everyone to reconstitute and give some expectations from Township Committee to activate that asset. And I think that was a message that was received particularly well. And also to recognize that we really do have an all-star commission, that the members of that commission are all extremely active in historic preservation, historic programming, fundraising, just, really just knockout group. Farmers Market. We had a banner day on Saturday. How many?
15:05.
Wow.
So other than opening day this year, when we hit exceeded 1900, 1505 would be the
Second
the second most ever.
biggest. Yep. Beautiful weather helps.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful
perfect.
weather helped.
Yep.
And I do want to come back to Fall Fest because something that I know at the end of last year, Jason and I were discussing is a better parking layout so we don't get the backups for the folks coming into Fall Fest. And it sounds like Jason's got a plan.
Yeah, the split rail fences should be complete tomorrow.
And so this way the parking will
One way
go
in.
all the way around and then exit this way. Excellent. Great. Land use board, there is a land use board meeting this Thursday. There's one zoning board application that Committeeman Hickey and I are both ineligible to attend, and there is one planning board application we are eligible to attend. I think it's a minor house issue. Or
Yeah,
something like
yep,
that.
exactly.
And that's all I have. Oh, I do have something. Revolution 250. So last, I guess a week and a half ago, I attended a meeting at Somerset County. This was with the business partnership. The commissioners had asked representatives from each of the 21 towns in the county to attend. It was mainly mayors. And it was to hear about the county's efforts on getting ready for Revolution 250, what the state is doing, what the county is doing. And then there was a little surprise at the end when Commissioner Director Chanel Robinson said, okay, we're going to go around the room and we're going to start with the mayor so everyone tells us what their town is working on. So I wasn't first, but I may have been second or third. And so it's able to report on what we're doing with JVH, what we're doing with the park down in Pluckman, and that how, as a town, we look forward to full participation in Revolution 250, working with the county and working with the other towns in the county as they all proceed with implementation of programming for not just Revolution 250, but there were certain events in the county that happened during the war, during the Revolutionary War. So there will be 250th anniversaries. It's going to start on July 4, 2026, but it's going to continue. So we may be coming upon a 250th for the Pluckman Cantonment. So another opportunity for participation with Bedminster and our neighboring municipalities as well. Ms. Ray,
You
may we
went to
please
good
have the
stuff.
administrator's report.
To report, I bet you the town plan is far ahead.
Some of them.
That's great. Okay, just very quickly, last week I attended a sewer transmission advisory board meeting, which is comprised of representatives from Far Hills, Peapack, Gladstone, and Bedminster to discuss the forced main failure that we had back earlier in July, and then next steps for the forced main inspection. So that was well attended. Tax bills are obviously, they were mailed on July 31st. And just a reminder that the grace period has been extended to August 25th. The groundbreaking, which everybody had mentioned, I think went really, really well. We had a great day. It was really, really hot. But we had a really nice turnout and members from Rec and the Environmental Commission present. And yes, the goal is to start selling plots in January 1. So Neil has already put out information to all of those folks that responded to our advisory committee interest. And so we'll be calling a meeting shortly to get everybody together. And of course, after the mayor does his appointments, and then we'll take care of that. But so things are really moving forward with the community garden groundbreaking. Jacobs Vanderbilt House Commission, again, another great meeting. I think everybody, like you said, Renee, was very enthusiastic, had a lot of great ideas, and looking forward to next steps. I'm just now confirming a couple things with the county, and then I'll go ahead and send out meeting reminder tomorrow for 2 meetings in August, the 2nd and 4th weeks of August. So we can really ramp up. We have Journeys Through the Past we have to plan for, and Colonial Christmas, and a couple of school groups, which have not really been fully planned out. So
We just had the school here.
I
Oh,
just
We
missed
just missed it. We missed an opportunity.
face. I knew it.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well,
Now, and Robin, I do want to, bring 2 members who were instrumental in getting the JVH house stabilized in the very beginning, and having them participate at this first meeting was very important, because they had lost some connection to the house, and now's their opportunity to get back in, and they echoed the same enthusiasm that was around the room, and also made some commitments for donations. So that was great.
hitting the ground running, which is always a wonderful thing. But it was, I think a lot of good things will come out of this. Of course, there's some facility, management issues that Jason's already jumped on. He's got a whole list of things he'd like to accomplish.
Barn raising being one of them.
I'm looking into grants. There's a couple grants opportunities that are coming our way fast and furious that need to be applied for by September. So kind of, yeah, moving out. There's a lot of stuff. We don't want to miss the mark because then they'll start up again next year. And for HR, we're still working on, well, we are working on the JIF has put out a new request that we update our personnel manuals. So Amanda and I actually had a call this afternoon. We went through the different sections. We have to divide and conquer, as well as updating the handbook. So, and also on the human resources front, we are still continuing with our efforts to secure a CFO. And now we have a DPW general foreman position that we've advertised for as well. So let's keep turning. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Chief, any update on community policing or any thoughts on, once again, just as we talked before, Mr. Rosavi mentioned anything we can do to spread the word on deed fraud. We can work that into sort of the as we do the tours with the condo associations, something maybe to get some information out there about that as well.
Yeah, we can. I know we put something on social media. I don't know, remember when that was, Robin?
For
The deed fraud, we put something out.
it was like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, but
after our Somerset Public Safety meeting.
yeah, our detectives do have a program that regarding fraud, so I can have them add this.
Okay,
Thank goodness we haven't seen it in Bedminster yet, but that probably won't be the case forever. But we can do that, that's no problem. As far as community policing, we had a program last month in July. I wanted to thank everyone who donated goods and clothing for our Christmas in July for our veterans. Appreciate that. And right now we're trying to secure different locations for Coffee with the Cop. National Coffee with the Cop Day is in the fall. So we're trying to come up with something different, the location that we haven't been to. But I'll report when we lock that
Okay.
down.
great. Okay, thank you. Introduction of ordinances, we have none. We do have one ordinance from public hearing. This is ordinance number 2025-016. This ordinance appropriates $97,500 from the 2025 capital fund for engineering design improvements to Autumn Ridge, Gatehouse, Drummers Log, and Kestrel Roads, for which the township has received a New Jersey Department of Transportation fiscal year 2025 local aid grant for $194,406. Take a motion to open the public hearing for ordinance number 2025-016.
So moved?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, Robin, just want to walk us through this. Looks like a relatively routine ordinance.
Yes, it is, Mayor. So this is part of the State of New Jersey local aid program that we apply for in the prior year, and we were awarded 2025. What we usually do is, or we have been, practice has been the past couple of years, is to appropriate the funds in the capital budget, which we did in 2025 for the engineering portion, and then we'll appropriate the funds for the capital contribution in 2026. And this covers the engineering, planning and design.
So then for the actual paving of Autumn Ridge, Gatehouse, Drummers Log, and Kestrel, that would be a 2026 schedule.
That's correct.
Okay. Any further questions or comments from Township Committee?
Nope.
We'll open up the microphone for public comment questions regarding ordinance 2025-016. It's in your neighborhood.
He's just happy.
Seeing none, take a motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2025-016.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And we'll take a motion to approve ordinance number 2025-016.
So moved?
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Hickey?
Aye.
Ms. Moreski?
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez?
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs?
Aye.
Thank you.
We have 3 items on the consent agenda. These are items of a routine nature. Any member of the Township Committee may pull 1, 2, or all of them off for individual consideration. Seeing none, I'll take a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Hickey?
Aye.
Ms. Moreski?
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez?
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs?
Aye.
Thank you.
And we have no other resolutions on for tonight. I will take a motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote again, please. Mr. Hickey?
Aye.
Ms. Moreski?
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez?
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs?
Aye.
Thank you.
Any matters that any township committee member wants to put on for new business?
No.
Old business, utilities. So we had some pretty nasty rain last 2 weeks.
True.
I was expecting to see my phone blow up with reports of outages. I actually called Colin when I was stuck in a deluge right off of 287 in Middlesex County, and Colin, tell me how many neighborhoods are out. And he said, what do you mean? It's not even raining here. So I was stuck in Piscataway and Bound Brook, and I guess it really wasn't raining that hard here. But then we had another rain event that did hit us pretty hard, and outages last week.
All quiet.
It was quiet, right? All right, well, you can break that streak, or
No.
I was in Pennsylvania a couple weekends ago and we had big rains and we lost power in the hotel. I almost called you.
Colin.
Out for hours.
So do we have an update on
Yes,
JCP&L?
I can bring us up to speed. So at our last meeting, which was 2 weeks ago, that very evening, JCP&L had alerted us to a planned outage in the lower hills where they were going to implement the final phase of the circuit switching technology. I'm happy to report all went according to plan, and JCP&L has thrown the proverbial switch, and that capability is now online. So as I mentioned, this will enable power to be automatically rerouted from one feed to another in case of failure. What I've done now is ask JCP&L to come out, give us a presentation in terms of what's been done, what it's going to do for us, and what they plan in the future. I think we should probably target that for, say, mid-September. I'll firm up a date with them. Robin, I'll work with you. We'll get a notice out. So, but we're live now. I'm also working with property managers, HOAs, as well as the masters, because now there are a bunch of restoration items because there was irrigation systems that were damaged, lighting that still is not coming on. We'll assemble a master list. JCP&L has agreed to repair anything they damaged. They'll get on that within the next few weeks. So that's in progress right now. So good news on that front.
Okay.
As for other updates, New Jersey American Water continues its lead line inspections. Miss Ray and I get those updates every week. And Jason, do you have any updates on anything?
Not right now, no.
All right.
We're good.
And that's what we got.
And John, Pluckman Park Senior Housing, anything to report? I know Doug's not here.
Mayor, I know that the pilot agreement is expiring soon, and Ms. Ray can probably shed some more light on that deadline.
July 31st.
So it happened.
Oh,
So Pluckman Park should now be on straight normal taxation.
Correct. And
Okay.
Ed's where he's.
And the assessor will be looking at an added assessment as well.
That's correct.
Okay.
Ongoing tax appeals with Mr. McDonald as tax appeal council have not been resolved and remain active.
All right. Okay. Summer Sales Public Safety Committee, I think we reported on this at the last meeting. Nothing new to report other than I think our next meeting will be in September. We do not have an executive session, so we'll go through Township Committee comments and then we will adjourn for the evening. Committeewoman Fernandez.
Thanks, Mayor. I just wanted to welcome Class 3 Special Police Officer Joseph Barry one more time. We're very happy to have him, and the school is lucky to have him. And I just want to say happy birthday to Colin, happy belated birthday to Robin, and that's all.
Committeewoman Moreski.
and I will echo Gina's welcome to Officer Farry. We'll have to talk horses at some point. Happy birthday, Colin. Happy belated Robin. And I wanted to send a special shout out to our DPW. My car is so grateful that they filled in the potholes leaving River Road Park. Because you bottom out when you go from the pavement or the stone dust to the pavement. And one lady, she got out of her car to come over and tell Frank that it was hurting her car. And that was last week, I think. So thank you guys so much for filling that in. It's beautiful.
Well, it slows them down as they approach Colin doing the counting, so.
Yeah.
So we might have to put build in some other speed bumps or,
That's what the
traffic,
cones are there
traffic
for.
control.
Well, that's why I stand in the middle.
Don't stop anyway.
Yeah. I stand in the middle. So they slow down so they don't hit me and then they go.
Well, you hope.
Yes.
So far, I've been lucky.
Yeah.
No bumps yet.
The birthday boy.
Thank you for your birthday wishes. Welcome to our new officer. And just want to note that we have a new addition in town. The owners of the Somerset Hills Shopping Center, which houses Fresh Market, have installed a brand new flagpole with a gold finial. It's on the corner of 202 and 206 and Washington Valley Road, and it also draws attention to the historic marker on that site. The best part is it looks like it's always been there and it belongs there. And just, Mayor, as you were reporting before, considering the significance of Bedminster as one of the crossroads of the American Revolution and all that's going on with America 250 and Revolution 250 right around the corner, it couldn't have come at a better time or at a better place. Crossroads.
Does Crossroads roll off the tongue a little bit better than Encampment View Park?
Yeah.
Told you.
Crossroads Park.
Does sound nice.
That sounds nice. I
Imagine
like
to
that.
be inspired by a couple
better.
glasses of wine. So there you go.
So just want to acknowledge and thank the Scancarello family for this great.
Yeah, it
addition.
does look like it's always been there.
Right? It's.
I drove by it and I was like,
I didn't even notice
Has
it and I've driven
has it
by
always
it like
been there?
5 times
Yeah,
already this week.
it's there and there'll be a flag raising ceremony within the next week or so.
Nice.
So it's, thank the
Excellent.
family for their patriotism and for that addition. It's a great addition to downtown Blockman.
that's great.
That's all I have.
And I have nothing further. At 7:53, I'll take a motion to adjourn for the evening.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Oh.
You just.